This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Hey, at noon today, an interview that Brittany Page and I did on I Doubt It podcast. An in-studio guest, Robert P. Jones. He is the founder and president of the Public Religion Research Institute, and he wrote this book, The Hidden Roots of White Supremacy and the Path to a Shared American Future. Fantastic conversation we had about very important things and a deep dive into some history that you very likely don't know. We're also giving away this very copy of the book that I hold in my hands. You can find out how to enter to get this copy by watching the episode. Again, it posted at 12. It's on the channel. I would appreciate it. Let's talk about a Republican named Andrew Clyde. You probably know he's the goof who said that the insurrection was just like a normal tourist visit. And then it was revealed through photographs of the day that he was cowering in fear inside the House chambers as guns were drawn upon the unruly, frothing at the mouth, violent mob that was attempting to gain access to the House floor. And we know what their intent was. We know what they sought to have happened if they did indeed gain access to the floor. They were stalking the Speaker of the House at the time, Nancy Pelosi. They were stalking on the other side of the chamber the Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence, as they chanted, "Hang Mike Pence." Andrew Clyde is a coward, to be sure. Andrew Clyde is a hypocrite. Andrew Clyde is a bootlicking, sycophant, weakling for Donald Trump. And now, Andrew Clyde, as he's explaining to this journalist, that he is going to attempt to defund, with amendments in the committee he's on, defund any investigation, any indictments, any prosecution of presidential candidates this year. Only this year, and we know what he means by that. He means Donald Trump, and he means this year because this is the only year Donald Trump's going to run for president. Watch this remarkable moment from this remarkable dipshit, Congressman Andrew Clyde.
Tell us the plan here, and does it have a shot?
Well, thank you for having me on this evening. And yes, I think the plan does have a shot. We have not taken the Justice Department's appropriation bill up in committee yet. I am on that committee, so I have the right to introduce an amendment to that committee. And I think when we do, this amendment that I will introduce will defund any federal prosecution of a presidential candidate prior to the November 24 election. Also, a second amendment that I'm going to be adding to that is to defund any state or local prosecution, any federal money from going to that office if they decide to prosecute a presidential candidate prior to the 2024 election. And if we can do this, then I think it'll work.
I just now caught the last two sentences there, the last few words. And if we can do this, I think it'll work. If we can accomplish this, then it will have been accomplished. Oh, Georgia. Come on, Georgia. You can do better than this. Marjorie Taylor Greene, this goof. Come on. Now, look. This is laughable on its face for the fact that, one, he's going to be trying to stop every facet of any investigation of Donald Trump's serial criminality. He would have MAGA world believe that the 91 of the 91 counts that Donald Trump is currently facing across 4 indictments, all of them are politically motivated. There was no crime committed whatsoever, even though we witnessed with our own eyes crimes. We heard with our own ears crimes. That this is politically motivated, even though we heard Donald Trump ask for the Secretary of State of Georgia to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have. These people are craven, Cowards who are not committed to the prospect of democracy, but are committed instead, on the opposite side of the coin, to the destruction, to the end of democracy in America. A man who faced danger on the day of the insurrection, the attempted overthrow of the United States government by way of overturning a free and fair election. He's there cowering, crying, sucking his thumb, begging to be spared from the violent mob, and yet once it's over, completely forgets the danger he was in, completely forgets the peril that our capital and our democracy was placed in on that day by calling it a normal tourist visit, while these insurrectionists are shitting in the building, traipsing through with Confederate flags. And he wants to defund, not going to happen, but he wants to defund any investigation, any effort to bring justice to the perpetrators of the attempt that almost succeeded to end democracy in America. This is the worst possible timeline. I mean, if this is a simulation, all right, we've had enough, robot overlords. We've had enough. Anyway, what do you think? If you're in Georgia, if you're in this goof's district, I'd really like to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Do not forget, again, this at noon posted today, this interview with Robert P. Jones. It is important, and I would ask that you watch it. Also, you could get your hands on this very book that I hold in my hands. Just watch the interview and see how to enter in to win. I appreciate you guys. If you appreciate me, if I bring you value on a day-to-day or week-to-week or video-by-video basis, and you want to help support and produce what I think is important work here, click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month, hit the super thanks button, or click on over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. If after all of that, you still want to be connected to this, follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram and Threads and TikTok and Facebook @Dollemore, all of those places. If you're on social media, I'd love to connect with you there. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.